Downtown, that's your home address, you live.
Downtown?
Where your life's a mess, you live.
Downtown?
Where depression's just status quo. Right here on the review for Little Shop of Horrors. Tune in, y'all. Suddenly T-Max is sitting in front of me. Suddenly T-Max, even though it's a day late.
Welcome to the Review, a show where two small-town dudes give your big late opinions. I'm Troy to the Max Extreme.
I am a dentist.
And we are going over Little Shop of Horrors, continuing our Singing Out the Summer in our musical month.
Yes.
It's going to be a good one. That's not a song in this movie. I'm just so happy that I broke into song.
You tried so hard.
Kids WB.
I love that song where Jay Bullfrog comes in the middle of it.
But I almost didn't see you point at me during the intro, because I don't know why I never usually look at you when you do your intros. I'm like wandering around the room because I find it, I just don't want to give you any more added pressure of coming up something ad-libbed right on the head of the show. You know what I mean?
I know, it's like my only monologue. But this time I threw it to you.
You did.
I trusted you enough.
And it threw me off guard because I was like, oh shit, do I know the lyrics? I think I did.
The one word that I wanted you to say.
Yeah. I almost said Skid Row. That would have been almost
not too far
correct.
off. I mean,
almost
that is in the
correct.
song.
Yeah. But anyway, did we say we're doing, Little Shop of Horrors? Yeah, we did.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Right at the tail of the we're going to give our full review, spoiler-ridden.
First time Troy's ever seen it.
That's true. Ooh, there's a spoiler right there.
Very curious on how you think about it.
We'll get to that top of the hour.
Okay.
Before we do that, we're going to get into some rebuttals from last week's Seven Brides for Seven Brothers review.
Are you saying that we need a male scream?
I totally forgot you were doing that. Oh, I love it. So anyway, our friend from the UK again, Judith.
Yes.
Known as Judes or Jude,
yeah.
but not the Australian Jude.
Yeah.
A different Jude.
We like to stay in the Jude range for fans.
Right, that's right. Just finished the Seven Brides review. It was really surreal hearing my message be read out loud, and I'm so glad that you and Chelsea liked it. Is the other guy's name Joel? It's probably because I always call you JT.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's his real, legal Christian name.
It is.
Well, anyway, you're all great. I get called Jude a lot by friends, but also Judith and occasionally Judy. Look out.
Whoa.
So you already said all this a little bit. So,
Daughter Judy. Hudson's.
She knew that you would have some problems with the Seven Brides. But I love the scene where they, quote, abduct the women as a kid. And I think it all turned out okay. Laughy face. I did have to Google what incel meant because I've never heard that before. You learn something new every day.
That's what we do here. We like to try and get people to broaden their horizons when it comes to creepy virgin groups.
Yeah, that's right. Judith, you're a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Keep writing into the show.
Don't say the Wild Wild West one.
I almost did after I thought I screwed it up, and I'm like, this could be controversial.
Yeah. Please do not say Judith needs a breast of fresh ass, like from Wild Wild West.
Oh, Kevin Kline, you horny devil. So anyway, that was what we had a response to our Seven Brides, Seven Brothers review.
Yeah.
Controversial ending.
That's what I do. I get in there,
right.
I
Call
dig
them
out.
You see them.
That's what I do.
That's right.
I don't hold back.
No, that's right.
I don't hold back.
And you don't hold hands. Heard that from your girlfriend, so.
Oh my god! I hold her hand. What's this shit? What is she telling you?
Listen, we may have our own.
I'm gonna get her on the phone.
Oh my god! Anyway, let's go on and we get into some news, JT. Let's get some news of the week.
News.
Now this is rumor type stuff here, so I'm gonna open the mill, which we haven't done in a while.
Okay.
Dust off that door. Here we go.
Oh man.
That have any added effect?
Sound like a little rusty, like we didn't open it for a while.
Oh man, oil them hinges up.
Yep.
Tin Man style. It's been rumored, JT, that Disney is looking for their Ariel in their Little Mermaid remake.
My.
And the rumor has it that it is none other than Spider-Man Homecoming's Zendaya.
Oh.
Zendaya will be Ariel in the Little Mermaid live-action remake following their Aladdin, Dumbo, and other one, I think.
So by the time they make the Little Mermaid, she'll be 47.
Pretty much. Hey, they got that de-aging tech down.
That's true.
So they're always into that. So are you excited about do you like the Little Mermaid?
I think I haven't watched it in so long.
See, when we were growing up, it wasn't necessarily our demographic. It was a chick cartoon.
Yeah.
I have seen it semi-recently, which means I've seen it in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
And the singing in it is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm just not, like, stoked. Like, I'm actually more put off every single live-action remake they make.
Yeah.
Like, it topped out at Beauty and the Beast for me, because I really like that.
Yeah.
But I think it appeals to, like, both boys and girls equally. Whereas, like, a lot of the other ones, maybe Aladdin would, appeal to boys and girls equally. There's a Princess Jasmine, and there's an Aladdin.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Lion King is mostly a boy movie, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean, there's Nala, but she doesn't do anything.
Yeah, she just shows up and is like, come on, come back.
She's a big part of Lion King 2. I've seen it.
She is?
I don't know.
No, I think Simba's... Because Molly loves Lion King too.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
She does. She
making
says
shit
that,
up.
No, she says she loves it because, I guess, because this is supposed to be, like, the first... Lion King is supposed to be kind of like a take on Hamlet, and the Lion King 2 is supposed to be a take on Romeo and Juliet, where it's Simba's daughter and fuck, I can't.
Scar?
Yeah, I think it's like Scar's son, which is weird because then that would be kind of incest.
Listen, lion prides are all incest.
That's true.
It's the way the animal kingdom works.
Yeah. Prides usually consist of one male and a bunch of females. And then the one male just fucks all the chicks. Those are what normal prides are usually.
Thanks for telling us all that. David Attenborough over here talking about prides of lions.
Watch as the lion sneaks up on the young lioness.
And takes her from behind. It's not even David Attenborough at this point. It's like half crocodile hunter.
R.I.P.
So anyway, Zendaya, Little Mermaid, Ariel. Another rumor, JT.
Yeah.
Now this is a rumor attached to some big news.
Oh,
Check this out. Danny Boyle, did you hear about this, JT?
I did hear about this.
Out of 00725.
Get out of there.
He's out. Creative differences, he says.
Well,
who knows what that means? I want to actually know what that entails. What kind of fight happened?
Call us up, D Boyle.
Call us up, DB.
Come on, D Boy.
Yeah, D Boy, hit us up.
Get us up here, D Boy.
Hit us up on the phone lines.
Come on, D Boy.
Tell us what creative differences mean. I want to know what kind of fight you got in before you split.
Chat me up, D Boy.
D Boy.
Shut me up, D-boy!
So the rumor is now, JT, that Sony is looking to hire Jean-Marc Valley to be the director. He was a producer of Big Little Lies.
Okay.
As well as the director of the first episode of that.
Okay.
Word is that he's out. He's out for that top spot.
Oh.
007 25.
Oh my
I
God.
was actually listening to one of my new favorite shows, Lights, Camera, Barstool, and they were talking a little bit about this.
Yeah.
And they, at this point, don't care about 25 anymore. They just want it to be recast with a new James Bond as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because they keep forgetting that there's another one with Daniel Craig happening.
Yeah.
Because all the Idris Elba stuff that keeps coming out, they're like, oh man, the next Bond is going to be somebody. No,
but
it's not.
I guess he's out now, Idris Elba.
Yeah, I heard that.
It's not happening anymore.
But, I mean, regardless if it was him or not, I mean, there's rumors out there that it's going to be somebody else. And everyone's anticipating the next James Bond. Everyone, man.
They want to know.
JT, everyone wants to know.
Everyone
who
wants
the new
to know
007 will be. But we got to get through another Daniel Craig one first.
Hey.
By the time... Listen, this movie is scheduled to come out next year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to happen if they don't have a director.
Yeah.
Especially if they do a rewrite of the script.
Yeah.
At any point. So... Yeah. What do you know?
I don't know. Might be another Spectre.
I couldn't even tell you anything that happened in Spectre. Not one thing.
Didn't they like flip a helicopter in
I don't
midair
know.
or something?
I don't know.
That.
What's the one where he goes to that, it's like in the beginning and it's like the Day of the Dead thing?
Yeah, that's in that.
Oh, I remember that.
I know he fucks his best friend's daughter. That's weird.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
Yeah, like the guy that, his friend that commits suicide, the chick in it.
After his funeral?
No, that's... Yeah, well, yeah, he bangs a widow the day after her husband's funeral, but then he's...
I remember that.
But then the blonde chick... Out of it. Yeah, the blonde chick is the daughter of the old guy that he meets up with that killed himself, and they were supposed to be like good friends growing up.
I don't know.
And then he ends up banging her.
I don't know.
To Sam Smith's...
No, doesn't ring a bell. That's it.
All right. I guess I remember more about it than you did.
Really left an impression on you.
Oh. I watch it at least twice an hour.
Oh my God. So sorry for that.
I put on the 1.5 on PlayStation.
Yeah. Big news for CW fans out there, JT. Arrow Season 7 is apparently going to turn up the raunch factor.
Uh-oh. Is he going to say genitals?
Could be. Season 7 of Arrow will be pushing the limits of what can be shown on network television.
Are they going to show Stephen Amell's V? Like,
possibly.
He's going to pull his pants down enough so you can see the V?
That V? Maybe way deep. Maybe.
Whoa, deep V? They're going to flash some deep V on Arrow?
Maybe.
Oh, man. Look out.
Maybe. Who knows? They're going to
Dare to defy CW.
They're going to push those limits of network TV. They actually had to call in a network censor because
Is this V too deep?
Oh.
Go right ahead.
They might have to put a little sensor bar down there. Airbrush it out. Airbrush out his trunk.
Yeah. It's like the black box that they put over someone's ass on Bachelor in Paradise when they show too much ass.
I mean, this V could be so deep, it's like where trunk meets the dirt type stuff.
Oh my God.
Who knows?
My God. They're going to show the vegetation line?
Could very well be. We don't know. We don't know. What we do know is at the end of Season 6, these are spoilers for the end of Season 6, which I also didn't watch, but I'm...
Do you have a knife or something? There's like a legit like fishing line. Like right where my mouth goes on this beer.
I thought there's a bottle opener right there. I think it's got a wine cutter on it.
Okay.
So the end of Season 6 ends with Oliver Queen coming out as Green Arrow to the public, and he gets arrested. And so what the rumor is that there's a prison fight that is so violent for network television, they have to maybe censor it.
You
push
son of
the
a bitch,
limits
prisoner.
to what they can show.
You pulled my pants down so much my V's out.
Yeah.
Now I gotta rip out your throat.
So who knows? Maybe he just gets to prison and he just says shit. And that's it. They're pushing the limits.
Got shit on your shoe.
You got a little shit on your lip right there. I think that's a stupid joke from South Park that I just stole. So anyway, there's that bit of news right there. It's a bit of a slow news week, JT. I didn't find a lot of it, so stick with me here.
I
Please,
gotcha.
God.
I'm here. I'm here for you.
Thank you. Hold my hand, unlike your girlfriend will.
Quit talking to her. I don't know what the shit is she's spilling.
The Academy, JT, the Academy of Motion Pictures,
is
already thinking about scrapping that popular movie category from the next week's or next year's
They're
Oscars.
so devoted to it, though.
They getting a lot of negative feedback about that one.
Yeah, I have not heard good things about it.
I have not either. I mean, I don't care either way if they do it.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
To really, have a strong opinion. But, I mean, the box office already shows what's popular. Just go.
That's enough reward money.
Right. You made
you
the
can
most
buy
money.
awards with money.
Right. So, who knows? What's gonna happen?
Oh Jesus!
Way to spill that
Legit, this
whole
thing is
beer.
Weird.
Get a rag.
All right, I'm getting a rag. Go on with your next news item.
I'm going rogue on my next news item, JT.
Okay.
But it's a good one. I can just talk by myself.
Okay.
All right. Starting next week on August 27th, Twitch, the streaming network, will be streaming every episode and movie of Pokemon over the next, hear this, 10 months.
Jesus!
It is going to be streaming over 1,000 episodes of Pokemon, plus its 16 movies, spanning over 19 seasons of the animated show. And the way they're streaming it is they're doing something Monday through Thursday, and then recapping all of that Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday showing a movie. So that marathon will make it last 10 months. It'll star on the channel Twitch Presents, 10 a.m. Pacific time on August 27th, and will stream in English, French, German, Spanish, Italian, Brazilian, and Portuguese.
And not Japanese.
Apparently not Japanese. I didn't even realize that. I'm assuming it would be Japanese. I would have to think Japanese. Regardless, if you like Pokemon, check out Twitch in the next year to catch up on your Pokemon.
My God, yeah. I don't know. Tell me when the Digimon one comes up. I followed that for like a season.
Okay, so when Pokemon came out, I did watch the first season or so.
Yeah.
But I think that first season had like 40 episodes or something.
Jesus
something crazy.
Christ.
I'm going to ask Google real quick. Hey, Google. How many episodes did the first season of Pokemon have?
According to Wikipedia, on U.S. television, how the seasons are organized is changed. The first 52 episodes that aired in the U.S. are a part of the first season. And
Oh,
the remaining
52 episodes.
52 episodes.
followed by 25 adventures.
Okay, Google, shut up.
Be quiet. Oh my God, this is when it turned against me. I can feel it. It's when it starts playing Iranian music or
I
something.
know. Molly won't even let me say shut up to our Google Home.
Just in case.
Because she's like, yeah.
Just in case.
What
the
if it
Judgment
does
Day
become
happens?
smart?
Yeah.
It'll remember that shit.
Yeah.
All right.
The toaster will just never turn off and then just fry your whole house.
Well, you don't want me to shut up now?
I could have called the fire department.
But I decided to shut up.
Oh, shit. But yeah, anyway, but when Digimon hit, I watched the shit out of that. I probably watched the first
Oh, dude, yeah.
2 or 3 seasons of that. Like,
Yeah.
I watched it probably longer than I should have.
Yeah. I remember there was like a time where I was like sick and I watched like a whole bunch of it. Like they had like some kind of thing on Fox. And I remember like freaking out when there was like this they revealed there was like another level above like the one.
Another
yeah, there was like
level.
another level above like the one they thought was the highest, and I was like, remember like geeking out like, fuck yeah! Granted, I'm like in 4th grade at this point, and I'm yelling fuck yeah.
Right. But yeah, I really got into Digimon more so than Pokemon. Mm-hmm. Once they started introducing more than like the first 100, I'm just like, I don't care anymore.
Yep.
Whatever, I'm out. Even though apparently it doesn't bother me when they just can keep evolving until an infinity amount of levels. That's fine to me.
They just turn into human beings.
Right. Turns out they were human the whole time.
They just needed to find out what it took to be human.
They just needed real love. That's the whole.
That's all that shit.
That's the whole ending. I don't know. Anyway, that's all my news, JT.
Okay.
So check out Twitch if you want to see some Pokemon.
I want to see all that Pokemon. Is there like an official like title for it? You just look up Pokemon on Twitch.
It's on the channel Twitch Presents.
Oh.
And it'll start whenever I said it. Tonight's episode, we are also drinking, in spirit of Little Shop of Horrors, a little angry little plant.
Oh.
Called Haphazardly.
Haphazardly,
the Beguile Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Makes this. It's an American Indian Pale Ale. Brewed in Chicago, Illinois.
Wow.
That's right.
Right around the corner.
That's right. 7% alcohol by volume. Description on the can reads as such. Brewed with an adventurous amount of Simcoe and Citra hops, this IPA has a piney, citrusy aroma and features citrusy grapefruit notes balanced by malty flavors that allow a dry, mellow finish.
You know, I can tell it's an IPA, but you know what? It's not so biting that it's not undrinkable.
It mellows out near the end, but it definitely has a piney.
Yeah, it is
taste.
very piney in the beginning.
But then it does mellow out, and it doesn't leave a bad aftertaste.
Yeah,
so it's good.
I dig it.
This is one of 3 different beers I bought for tonight. This one is the only plant-themed one that I could find in the entire liquor store.
Well, bless you.
Bless you.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Sure, I've ever heard of I know you're a big comic aficionado.
I dabble.
Have you heard of the graphic novel My Boyfriend is a Bear?
No, I haven't. Enlighten me.
I don't know too much about it.
All right.
I just know that Legendary has bought the rights to make it into a film.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's about, based on what I see from the cover, it's about a woman that dates a bear.
All right. Sounds fun.
So there you go.
Who writes it?
I don't, let me see.
You close the tab already? Is that what you've done?
Pamela Ribbon, and illustrated by Kat Ferris.
Is it an Image comic, or is it independently pressed?
I think it's independent. The story follows Nora, who, after a succession of terrible boyfriends, finds true love with the most unexpected of suitors, a 500-pound American black bear.
Oh.
They'll soon discover that hipster neighbors, judgmental friends, and bear's impending need for hibernation will put their relationship to the ultimate test.
Well, haven't heard of it. But it sounds fun.
Yeah.
I have heard of the comic Shirtless Bear Fighter. So maybe there will be a crossover someday. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe. The bear will fight for her honor.
That's right.
It'll be like Bear versus the World instead of Scott Pilgrim.
That's right. I actually just remembered. I think that book just came out in trade, so I'm going to see if I can find it while you're saying your news.
Okay. Go ahead and buy things while I talk. This is what we do. I spill things and clean them, and Troy buys things. Troy, we know of that turbulent relationship now between Quentin Tarantino and Uma Thurman.
Yes. Yeah.
Based on her coming out about the car incident with him. But it looks like for Tarantino's next film, he won't have Uma Thurman on the cast, but he will have his daughter. Her daughter, Maya Hawke.
Okay.
Is part of the cast for Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
All right.
So,
I guess I didn't... You said that was Tarantino's daughter?
No, Uma Thurman's daughter.
Oh, okay. I must have missed something while I was on Amazon.
So there you go. So, even without Uma Thurman, he's still...
Got the bloodline.
Got the bloodline. Makes it sound so gross. Troy, I got some news that you tweeted out earlier this week. We know we're a big fan of End of the Fucking World. We both watched it.
Yes.
It just landed a season 2 on Netflix.
That's right.
So that'll be good because it did kind of leave off on a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
So curious to see where they go with story.
I have also recently read... This is a plug. I've also recently read End of the Fucking World book.
Yeah.
And have had the chance to talk to the writer and artist, Charles Forsman.
Yeah.
On, for Imperious Rex show. Has yet to debut.
Ooh.
But,
look out for that.
Look out for that in the pipeline.
Look out for that.
Pretty cool guy.
Troy, we're all about representation here on the review.
That's all we talk about, really.
We love it, yeah. Mm-hmm. Of course, Black Panther came out and swept the box office when it came out.
That's right.
Now we got a new film representing out there.
My.
Crazy Rich Asians.
That's right.
Cleaned up this past week at the box office.
Mm-hmm.
Raking in a $25.2 million over the weekend with a cumulative $35 million since its opening that Wednesday.
It's killing, and it's getting hot reviews.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Mm-hmm. Really high review. Like, for instance, I'm going to bring up this podcast because I just listened to it, like, right on the drive home.
Yeah.
But the Light Camera Barstool, they rate 0 out of 100.
Yeah.
All three guys rated it 90 or above.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know on, I listened to Double Toasted, based out of Austin, Texas, and Martin gave it a better than Sex.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Jesus. And it's just supposed to be like a romantic comedy.
Yeah, it's like a regular rom-com, but I guess the background is like really good, like it's shot really well, and like the characters are likable, and it's actually the comedy part is actually comedy.
Good.
So yeah, I don't know. This might be the sleeper hit of the year. Who knows?
I want to check it out. Chelsea wants to check it
out.
Real bad.
I know. Chelsea said that she really wants to see it.
So we'll see if maybe we can get away while it's still out in the theaters.
Maybe
go check it out. Maybe we'll have a mini review of it down the road.
Look out!
Who knows? It's not even on the docket. We're just changing the game here right now.
My God!
My God!
Troy, Liam Neeson.
Oh yeah,
he is a pretty big badass when it comes to films.
Pretty BA.
He's played a father that's gotten his daughter back multiple times.
At least 3.
But now he's becoming an even more badass character.
Okay.
In a film called Hard Powder, he's going to play a disgruntled snowplow operator.
Okay. All right.
So there you go. The minute I heard this, I thought of that movie Snow Day that Nickelodeon put out.
Oh.
Where like, what's his name? Chris
Tucker?
No, it's like
Catan?
Who's like the guy that like breaks out into hives on There's Something About Mary? He's like kind of bald.
I will never get his last name.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But like he plays like a disgruntled snowplow, because like the whole thing about Snow Day is that they get off school because it's a snow day, and then the snowplow driver does his job, and then they get pissed and then fuck him up. So the minute I heard this, like I thought of that, and it made me laugh.
I actually saw a pretty great tweet about this movie, and I'm trying to find it. But of course, I probably have liked a billion things since then. So,
and it's actually scheduled to come out pretty soon, February 8th of 2019. It comes out.
February
this
release,
Hard Powder.
Oh my God.
Movie. But I actually kind of want to see that.
I am interested to see it, but I'm not thinking it's going to be any good.
Probably not.
It sounds just stupid and ridiculous. So it could either go the way ridiculous route and be awesome, or just be stupid enough that I'm just like, fuck that.
Even then, even if it's stupid, I will love it.
I freaking hope so.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't find the tweet, but what it was was that it pretty much set up the same scenario as Taken, where he says, "I will find you and I will kill you," or whatever.
Yeah.
But instead he says, "Mr. Plow, that's my name. My name again is Mr. Plow." Just the fucking Mr. Plow commercial from The Simpsons.
Oh, bless it.
And I was like, God damn it, the internet wins
I
again.
fucking love the internet sometimes.
Yeah, just in this one instance.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it is a hot, steaming pile.
This might possibly be our last segment of James Gunn Watch, Troy.
All right.
Because Disney has officially put their foot down. Now, officially. They are saying
It is
officially.
official, stamped into...
James Gunn not coming back for Guardians Volume 3.
Too bad.
Officially. They're just like, no, not too much shit's gone down.
Shitstorm.
Not happening.
Not gonna happen.
Not
Gun.
gonna die. There you go.
Way to bring up a 30-year-old reference. Not gonna die.
That's the quote from Eisner. Not gonna hire him back. Not gonna die. And that's all my news, Troy.
All right.
It's all my news. I know we brought it up last week, but you want to give an official
Yeah, sure.
Neil's bits to someone. We brought him up last week, but it officially happened the day after we recorded, so
Right.
I think it's only fitting that we give an official Neil's bits.
That's right.
Neil's bits.
People dying, it's the pits. Please stay tuned to Neil's bits.
Wait for this song to get done. For Neil to
You'll play us out.
play the fucking song. I am sweating buckets in here.
You are literally
I am
dripping.
dripping.
I mean, I could put the window unit in if you want, but it's so
mean-
noisy.
No, I'm fine. It's just so we usually tape on or record on a Wednesday.
Yes.
We're doing it on a Thursday, and Thursdays are days when I usually work out.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I get pretty sweaty. like I brought it up to Troy earlier. I'm kind of like that episode of The Office where Jim rides his bike into the office. Where it's like if you're not just like sitting back relaxing, like you're just gonna be constantly sweating.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just buckets of sweat are
Yeah.
pouring off of me right now.
Yeah. Like, sweat is literally dripping off of him. It's
It is.
disgusting.
It's gross.
I've seen beads just drop from you, from your brow.
Yeah, I even like took a shower and everything, but it has not helped.
Nah, you're gonna have to go do it
did not
again.
help. I gotta take another shower when I get home. It's bullshit.
Total bullshit, man.
Anyways, Aretha Franklin.
Oh yeah, last week we brought up Aretha Franklin is not in a good way.
No.
She was on literally her deathbed.
Yeah.
And the following
the
day,
very next day.
she did end up passing away with friends and family around her.
Yeah.
So that is too bad. She's the queen of soul. I mean, everything that we said last week still holds
Oh
up,
yeah.
obviously.
Just amazing voice.
right.
And we were thinking in honor of Aretha Franklin for our last show. And I know we said we were going to do like, another poll, but kind of in the same vein of when Roger Moore died, and we did Moonraker in his honor.
Right.
We decided to dig out an actual musical film she was in
Yep.
as kind of a swan song to the Queen of Soul.
Mm-hmm.
So for next week, we're going to be doing The Blues Brothers,
Yep.
which she plays a pretty big part in.
That's right.
So I've never actually seen The Blues Brothers, to be honest.
The first time I've ever seen it was like 6 years ago.
Yeah. I've never seen The Blues Brothers because that's one of those movies where people I just don't like tell me I should go see.
Yeah, I was kind of in that same boat. One of
Yeah.
my coworkers was appalled I didn't see it.
Yeah.
But he was also like my dad's age. So like
No.
he finally broke me down and he's like, "You're just going to come to my house, I will buy beer and we will watch the Blues Brothers."
Well, then you don't say no to that.
And so I went. He had a nice spread of food. He bought beer.
My God, he
we
made an
watched-
event out of this?
Pretty much, and it was just pretty much me, him, and another coworker. We just sat and watched the Blues Brothers and had
Jesus.
beer and food.
All right.
It turned out to be a really great evening.
All right. Well, no spoiler on the review for the movie, though.
Oh, I'm just talking about a spread at this
Yeah, the
point.
spread
It was a wine and fruit and
spread
like
was BA.
cheese. It was great.
Sounds like a BA spread.
It was a good spread.
All right. There was
Anyway.
spread.
Anyway, next week, Blues Brothers in
Blues
honor
Brothers.
of the passing of Aretha Franklin.
Yep. And
So that'll close out our
that'll close
Singin'
out our
the Summer.
Singing Out the Summer. There you go. So there you go. Aretha Franklin, may your angelic voice reign from the heavens above.
That's right. May it sing for every summer.
Bless it.
God damn it, that was so good.
God damn it. God damn.
Well,
It's done.
yeah. It sure is, JT. What kind of trailers you got today?
Well, I saw 3 trailers right
Whoa.
before we started.
I had all the time in the world, and I wrote down 2.
Okay.
So,
Well, you want to go, and I'll
sure.
bring up ones that...
chime in if you
don't
got the
say?
same ones?
Yeah.
All right. First one I got is for the sequel to the Goosebumps movie.
Ooh.
Goosebumps 2.
I think I might have saw this in the theater a long time ago, but I don't remember what
Really?
movie it was.
Oh, I thought it just released.
I don't know.
Might have been a teaser.
Might have been a teaser.
Anyway, this, I didn't ever saw the first Goosebumps movie. Did you see it, JT? I didn't
I
either.
wanted to, because I think it came up on Netflix, and I kind of wanted to watch it.
I heard it was pretty decent.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't too bad.
Like a kind of like a comedy kids horror type spiel.
Yeah. Jack Black plays R.L. Stein.
Right. Surprisingly more handsome than R.L. Stein, Jack Black.
Yeah, I'm
R.L.
pretty sure
Stein
R.L.
is like-
Stein introduced some of those Goosebumps shows back in the day, and he
did.
looked like Ben Stein.
Yeah, if Ben Stein rose from the crypt. It's very fitting that he writes horror movies for children. Anyway, Goosebumps 2 looks like it has less production value, I think.
Yeah.
Looks like they tried to do more with less. To try to rake in a more profit, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
It didn't rake in as big a stars either. It's got
Yeah, Jack Black isn't even coming back as R.L. Stein in this. It's just a
No.
bunch of kids.
It's like 3 unknown kids, and then the mother of one is the blonde from Reno 911. I can never remember her name.
Oh yeah.
And then there's another guy. Oh, Ken Jeong is in it.
Of course, he's amazing.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It looks like a direct-to-DVD sequel or something like that. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If you like the first one, maybe you'll get more out of the second one, but otherwise it doesn't look too good.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got to say about Goosebumps 2.
Okay.
The second one I got is the Iron Fist Season 2 trailer.
Oh yeah, this did come out.
They put out a full trailer, it just wasn't a teaser. The trailer definitely has a lot more martial arts in it than all of the first season combined.
And the villain is like another Iron Fist, like a steel. What's it like? Steel something.
Probably Steel Dragon or something.
I think it's called.
to
I
that.
think it's Steel Dragon.
His name is Davos. He was in the first season a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's like the opposite of Iron Fist, essentially.
Yeah.
Like they both were in Kunlun, and the Iron Fist went good, and then Davos went bad, or whatever, because he's jealous of Iron Fist. Essentially,
Yeah.
He thought he was going to
Piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a big d-bag. So what I am excited for is this. So it looks like they gave Danny Rand a costume, so it doesn't have to be him doing the martial arts.
Yeah.
Like they put like a hood on him and a bandana.
Oh,
so
yeah.
a stunt double, once they film from far away, can be out doing like the martial
True.
arts. Cover his shit up. They do it in Daredevil.
Oh yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. No one gives a shit.
And it looks like they're also kind of introducing the costume of Iron Fist,
Yeah.
which is like the yellow bandana,
Yeah.
like
It looks
eye
like, like they're
mask.
doing it as like a ceremonial thing in Kunlun.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah, do a little homage.
They did it in Luke Cage. They did like the tiara and the yellow blouse.
Because he had the tiara from like getting the treatment done, and then he stole the yellow blouse from like a woman's clothesline
or something like that. So yeah, like you don't have to use it the whole time.
No,
an homage was fine, and like they never even touched it in the first season.
Just tell the nerds, hey, I see you.
Yeah, that's all we want, please. So like, I'm oddly excited for season 2. Plus, it looks like Misty Knight and Colleen Wing are back, doing their Daughters of the Dragon stuff, so I'm excited about that.
There you go. I was kind of hoping for some Luke Cage in this.
That could be a surprise cameo.
But in the same way, I'm kind of glad they don't have Luke Cage, because Luke Cage is kind of doing his own thing, where I think it'd be weird if he were to kind of show up in a heroic angle in this.
Yeah. I mean, I could see one episode. It happened in Luke Cage. Iron Fist was in there for one episode.
Yeah.
That was good. That was probably one of the best episodes.
Yeah, that's true. But I think at this point, Luke Cage is in a position where I think he's off doing his own thing. I don't think it would make sense for him to go off and do something else.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm looking forward to another Luke Cage more than anything else.
They're taking chances.
Because that shit...
They shook it up.
Like, that, the way they ended that was way more interesting than anything else that they've ended in a long time.
Yeah, I agree. So anyway, I'm anxiously anticipating the Iron Fist Season 2. I'm weary that it could end up bad. I saw Meacham in there somewhere.
Uh-oh.
Saw one of them in there, so...
Yeah, the daughter...
I thought I saw the brother.
I thought the brother died.
I thought he did too, but I swear I saw him. I swear.
I know I saw the...
I swear.
I know I saw the daughter in there.
All right.
For sure is one of them.
All right.
Because she did a whole thing at the end of the season where she was like, I'm going to make a deal to get Iron Fist, whatever. It's dumb.
Whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, check. That comes out pretty soon too, so like September 6th or something.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna do a full review for it, but maybe after like a week or two, we might do like a small little thing,
right?
Like a little blip about what we thought of it.
Yeah. I think we're done doing the Netflix shows.
Yeah, it's just way too much to get through.
And for like each one has been diminishing returns.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'd rather just take my time and just watch it on my own time than to try and like force 2 or 3 episodes a night.
Yeah. So we'll chat about it as we watch it slowly.
Yep. Yeah. And maybe we'll do like a small do like a month-long segment where it's like, where are you at?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Like a maybe 5-minute thing where it's like, you're not into it, tune out. If you are,
whatever.
Keep up. Keep on keeping on.
That's right. Hopefully they change that intro, like, credits thing, too. I don't like the Iron Fist one.
Well, you don't have the skip intro thing on
I do, but I like...
You like watching all of the intros?
Not every time, but, like, I like the Daredevil one.
Yeah, the Daredevil one's cool with, like, the wax and stuff.
And I like the Jessica Jones one, because it's got that weird private eye kind of theme.
Yeah.
The Luke Cage one is okay. But, like, the Iron Fist one, I just don't like at all.
We're just, like, kicks lines.
Yeah, it's just... it's just like him doing kick calligraphy. Kick calligraphy.
Kick calligraphy?
I don't know.
Oh, I love it.
Anyway, let's move on.
Troy, can you grab another beer? And then I'll
sure.
Get my,
do you want the...
give me one of the other ones.
Okay.
Than the haphazardly.
We got also, do you want this one or do you want this one?
I'll do the dank juice last. I'll get give me that one.
Okay.
I feel like the dank juice is a mid-review beer.
Oh, looks like somebody at the liquor department put in a random bottle of a different one in there.
Whoa, what's that?
So I got the Ballast Point's Sculpin IPA.
Oh, I got the Aloha Sculpin.
And you got the Aloha, the one random one in there. Do you want the original or do you want the Aloha?
Give me the original.
All right. I am going to try this.
Some dank juice?
Odd Side Ale's Tangy Dank Juice. Bought for the name only.
Some dank-ass juice.
Sweet. All right,
here we go. Well, one of the trailers I saw was the newest trailer for a horror film coming out soon called Suspiria.
Ooh.
I think it's based on a 1970s horror film.
Yeah, I have I swear I thought it was a remake, but I couldn't put my finger on where it was from.
But it's got a pretty loaded cast. It's got Tilda Swinton in there, Dakota Johnson, fresh off that 50 Shades.
Sweet. I guess.
That chick with the weird eyebrows, that's like...
Frida Kahlo.
No. Shit.
Oh,
what is she? I think she's from The Cure for Wellness, that chick. The weird chick from that.
I see a face, but I don't know a name.
Yeah, she's in it. But no, it's hard to kind of determine what the story's about because it's just a horror film based on the trailer, but it kind of looks like a dance company that's like a weird supernatural cult.
All right.
I don't know.
Bring it on.
It looks all right.
All right. Sure.
I'm for it.
I'll probably never see it, so that's how it
works
with me in this house.
Nah, I hear ya. I hear ya.
All
right. One that I'm actually really interested in that I saw is for a movie called Slice.
Okay.
Which stars the...
I know which one this is.
Which stars the breakout star from Deadpool 2, Zazie Beetz, who plays a worker at a pizza place where the pizza place has a gateway to hell.
Yeah.
And a bunch of like weird supernatural killer stuff happens. It looks really fun. Like they even like kind of give it like this like cheesy 80s vibe as it goes through too.
Okay.
And A24 is actually putting it out.
I saw that. I haven't watched the trailer yet. I just heard rumblings about it. It has me interested, so we'll see.
Yeah, no, I thought it looked fun.
Good.
Yeah, like it's like this killer called the Wolf that's just killing pizza boys, and then Zazie Beetz plays this chick that works at the pizza place that decides to take it upon herself to solve the crime, I guess, because the police don't exist. I don't know.
All right.
And Paul Scheer shows up as the owner of the pizza place.
All right. Sweet.
So, yeah. No, I'm interested. I really want to check it out. It looks fun. How's that dank juice, Troy? Is it dank?
Oof.
Some dank face.
That is definitely tangy. I tell you what.
Some dank face.
Got some dank juice. Like, so what caught my eye. This is literally just a straight up aluminum steel can.
I was just imagining the word beer in a white box with black impact lettering.
That's that's the beer brewing company. That's us. That's our idea.
Yeah.
Nobody can steal that.
We need to brew our own beer so we can do beer brewing company.
This is literally just a steel aluminum can with a sticker on it that says tangy dank juice. So
they got to take that sticker off and like put it somewhere cool.
The garbage?
Yeah. Garbage men will get a kick out of it. It's like, huh, I get it.
Look at this guy.
Look at this guy drinking dank juice. Last trailer I got, Troy. Movie coming out on Netflix. This is this movie I brought up a long time ago called Outlaw King. It's by the same guy that did... oh, fuck.
Oh, no. You've forgotten?
Yeah. It's that movie where Chris Pine and... God damn it, the other guy, they're like Rob Banks.
Magnificent Seven?
No. But I was like up for an Oscar and shit. Anyways, that same director is doing this with Chris Pine also in it.
Okay.
Called The Outlaw King, which follows the Bruce. Fuck, what was his name? I just forgot all this shit.
Terrible.
Okay,
job.
Yeah, this movie probably sucks. I forgot all of it. And it kind of looks like a better version of Braveheart, to be honest.
Okay.
So I think it comes out on Netflix in mid-November, and they're putting it out in theaters too. Because I think they're gonna try and pull this out as like a possible Oscar contender too.
Oh, okay.
Because they're putting it out in theaters the same day it comes on Netflix.
I see.
So I think they're giving it another go to try and see if they can get some of them Oscar noms.
All right.
The nom noms.
Get them nom noms.
So there you go. There's my last trailer, which means we get into the Tournament of Random Movies
I did see who won this time.
You did see who won?
Yep.
Yeah, we had Falling Down versus Aladdin. I was kind of surprised.
I thought this one was going to pull it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought, like, every time I talk to people, they love Aladdin.
Yeah, so I mean, it made it to the finals. Well, semifinals.
So I just thought people would, like, nostalgia would kind of take over and they just kind of push it all the way to the end. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. People, I guess, Falling Down has kind of a cult following, I guess.
Yeah.
Because Falling Down beat Aladdin. I mean, it wasn't super close. I think it was like
it was like almost
60,
a 60-40 kind of split.
But yeah, Falling Down took it, knocking Aladdin out of there. So Falling Down is in the finals.
That's right, baby.
Troy. So it could possibly be the one that we end up reviewing.
All right.
When we get that slot.
Okay.
So with that, we got our last semifinal match. Basketball versus First Blood.
Fucking odd matchup.
That's why I love this tournament. You get these weird matchups. You really get to test like what you prefer.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So which one are you leaning towards for this? Basketball, First Blood.
I think I'm leaning towards First Blood.
Okay.
I think it'd be more of an interesting show.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen basketball in forever, and I just want an excuse to watch it again.
I know. Like, see, I'm kind of on First Blood the way you were kind of with Falling Down, where I've never seen First Blood before.
Okay.
So, like, I want an excuse to see it.
Uh-huh.
So this could turn to a matchup where it's like the movie you've never seen versus the movie I've never seen.
Oh my God. Let's hope.
It'd be nuts. Be
Watch
nuts to
basketball
butts.
takes it all.
Yeah, baseball's probably gonna fucking win the whole thing. I wouldn't be opposed.
Right.
That shit is funny.
Right.
But
that's right.
We'll see. We will see. Basketball versus First Blood. Get out there. Get your votes in. We'll find out what the finals of our Tournament Random Movies 3 is. I can't wait.
Can't wait.
I think this is probably our strongest tournament we've had so far.
Definitely had the most back and like more 50-50. You know what? No, I want to say that, but then we've had I think more blowouts this tournament than we have in other ones.
But I feel like this one had better movies. I
agree.
I just think that the better ones just shined more.
Because the first tournament, it was all completely random.
Yeah, it was very much experimental. The first one,
but this one you like did more of like it was random, but you made sure like decent movies got in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I built the bracket and then I was like, I could probably replace this with this as I went along.
Sure. Good thinking.
So,
because even if we got trolled, then we wouldn't be in a tough spot.
I mean, I still tried to throw some shitty ones in there, but they kind of got out right away.
Yeah.
Like Big Mama's House.
I forgot that was even in at this point. Oh, Jesus.
So there you go. First Blood versus Basketball. We'll find out who goes on to face Falling Down in the finals. It's going to be a good tournament. It's going to be a good time.
Good tourney. Good tourney.
It's going to be a good time. I was kind of looking through our schedule, and I think we'll probably tackle this at the end of September after our Predatember.
Okay. We also have our pilot season coming up fairly soon.
Yeah. I'll talk with you about that later because there's like a lot of them come out like at the end of September, but there's one that I kind of want to see that comes out in the middle of October.
Okay.
So I don't know if we should just say fuck that one and then just do it the first show in October, or push something aside and then do it in the middle of October.
We can talk about it later.
Talk about it later.
That's
Production meeting in the middle of the show. We don't give a fuck.
All right, great. Do you have trivia for this one?
No, I don't do trivia for the semis and finals.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Only the quarters.
Sorry.
I love a quarter.
Quarters. I love quarters. We're going to do that joke every time.
Yeah.
Anyway, that'll lead us right into the main event, the top of the hour.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors debuted December 19th. 1986.
Winter release.
6 days removed from my date of birth.
Whoa.
That's right.
So you share a kinship with this movie almost.
That's right. I never knew it until just hours ago, but I do. With a budget of $25 million, it made a total of $38.92 million on its theatrical run.
Okay.
I don't think it was released worldwide. And if it was, I couldn't find that statistic, but it made almost close to $40 million.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 90%.
Ooh.
Look out,
y'all.
IMDb has it at a 6.9 out of 10.
Wow. Little discrepancy there.
And
God.
Double Feature Preachers has that at an A-.
Okay.
So there you go. A-.
All right.
This movie came in at number 25 in 1986.
Yeah.
I didn't write down...
This is like the Top Gun era?
Top Gun era. Yes, exactly right.
Yep.
For whatever reason, this year we did a lot of movies from 1986. Have you realized
there's
that?
a lot of good movies that came out in 86.
Yeah. And so, like, wanted to see what beat it, and I was like, we reviewed that. Oh, yeah, not all this year,
we went through a whole bunch of them in, like, that 80s month that we did.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah. 25, I think, is pretty admirable for, like, a low budget and odd kind of movie like this for all of everything that came out in the 80s. So, at least 86. It was nominated for 2 Oscars.
Oh, shit.
JT. For effects and music.
Okay.
And not score, just music. It did not win.
Yeah.
The effects went to Aliens, which came out in 1986.
Yeah, that would probably win.
And the music was Take My Breath Away for Top Gun.
Yeah. Yeah, original song. Yeah. Because I read that they had to edit the song that they submitted was a Bad Mother from Outer Space.
Right.
And there's swearing in it, so they had to edit it for the Oscar version.
Well, that was did they edit the whole thing? Because I read that it was also the only song ever to have profanity in it that was an Oscar nomination.
Yeah, but when they submitted the song, like to play the song, they had to edit out.
Oh, okay.
Saying shit and tough titty.
I get it. Yeah, sure. I wonder if this is where because my mom always used to tell me tough titties. My mom curses like a sailor. So, I don't know. It was also nominated for some Golden Globes, JT.
Really?
Didn't win them, but it was nominated for Best Picture in Music and Comedy and Original Score. And I would like to argue that the winners that did win those two don't even know what they are. Like, so the winner of Best Picture of Musical and Comedy is Hannah and Her Sisters.
Yeah.
Which I've never even heard of.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
And the original score is The Mission.
I don't know.
Don't know.
I've never heard of that.
You know what we have heard 30 years later?
Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors. Way to hold up, The Mission.
Yeah. Good job, The Mission.
Yeah, horse's ass.
Yeah. Let's do The Mission instead of Brigadoon. Just to really piss off Chelsea.
Ends up being like really good, and we're like, oh, I shouldn't have said all that about The Mission.
Yeah, The Mission.
This becomes our new favorite movie.
Guys, why is no one talking about The Mission from 1986?
This is the first time I've ever seen this. We said it in the very opening of the show.
Mm-hmm. So I'm very curious about your opinion on it.
Let me synopsize the movie. I usually hand this off to you, but I'm going to take it.
Take it.
Since it was the first time I've seen it.
Yeah.
So the main character, played by Rick Moranis, works in a lowly flower shop in Skid Row. Seymour, his name. Their flower shop is on hard times.
Yeah.
Until he comes across some sort of maybe odd plant that he just ran into on his local stroll down the Botany Street?
Walking down the flower district. Da-doo.
Right. When a full eclipse happened.
Total eclipse of the sun. I'm just going to say all this shit.
And with that, found an exotic plant that he's never seen and took it with him back to the flower shop, where it garners immediate attention from the public.
Yeah.
And from there, the flower shop becomes prosperous, and more people come to see it, but the flower that he picked may have more to it than he first thought.
Mm-hmm.
It may be carnivorous. It may be out for blood. It may be out to eat you.
Oh my god.
And then Seymour has to learn how to deal with what he has essentially created.
Oh my god.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Little shop
of Horrors. You know what I didn't know in this was that there were so many celebrity cameos in this.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea. I knew Rick Moranis was
really
in it.
good celebrity cameos, too.
Really good. Like, every time the movie would maybe, like, take a dip, which isn't very much because the movie's only 90 minutes long.
Yeah.
But it would, like, kind of slow down a little bit, and then there'd be, like, a huge celebrity cameo.
Yeah.
Doing, like, just chewing scenery.
Amazing. Yeah. Like, they chose their cameos very well, where it's like, you're only going to be in this for 5 minutes. Do what you do and do it as well as you possibly can. And they did.
Yeah, they very much did. I think the first big one is John Candy playing the DJ, and he's just fucking cuckoo bananas doing like...
He's like a borderline schizo with the shit that he does.
Yeah, he's like doing the fucking morning zoo shit all by himself. Like doing his own sound effects for all that shit. Like perfect. It was great. They had Bill Murray in this, which I never knew.
I'm going to go way in depth on Bill Murray when we get to that part.
We'll get to there.
Holy shit!
I knew Steve Martin was in this, but he only has like he's like got the biggest small part in this.
Yeah,
and then Jim Belushi.
Yeah, Jim Belushi, which his part was thrown in last minute,
right?
Because we'll get into the story, but they had to completely change the ending to this movie.
Right. There was like 2 major reshoots, I think, that they had to do.
Yeah. And there's a lot of incredible footage they had to throw away, because I actually watched both endings to this.
Oh, did you? Because like the
other endings on YouTube if you want to watch it.
I might go do that after this. I was reading all about it, and I knew it had a bunch of reshoots and stuff, but I didn't really get into all the things I had to change. I know some of them.
Yeah.
I know the ending that they wanted, and I read a little bit about it, but then I didn't go back.
They actually shot it.
Well, I know that, but test audiences like hated it or something.
Yeah. Well, it's the actual ending to the show, because this is based on an actual stage musical.
I actually have the whole history on it written down right here that I found very interesting.
Yeah, because it's based on like a actual other film.
Yeah. So it's based on a Roger Corman film from 1960 of the same name.
Yeah.
Which was thought to be based on a 1932 story called Green Thoughts about a man eating plant. However, the writer of the Corman version may have been influenced by Arthur C. Clarke's story, The Reluctant Orchid, which in turn was inspired by the H.G. Wells story, The Flowering of the Strange Orchid from 1905.
My God. So this movie is the longest game of telephone in the history of entertainment.
Pretty much. But after the Roger Corman one, I think it became like a bit of a cult thing. The Roger Corman one did.
Yeah.
And then they created a stage show from that, which this is more based on than anything else.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the woman that plays Audrey is from the stage show.
Right. And what I didn't realize either is that they play the movie like a stage show.
Yeah.
Like, they're playing to the back row.
Oh, they are.
And I like that. Mm-hmm. It's not like a dramatized whole thing. It knows it's a musical. Like, it's even, like, you can tell that it's on sets.
Yeah.
And I like it. Like,
even like non-musical scenes are played like they're a play. Like, people are so over the top. Even just the scene where like the first customer comes in is so over the top. Where it's like, what is that amazing plant you have there?
I really like that. I don't know why, but I bust a gut when that guy came in because I'm like, is this guy just fucking with them? And I'm like, no, they're just playing it like that. I'm okay, good, let's go.
It's like, wow, that's incredible. I'll have a dozen roses. It's like, will $50 do? Like, well, do you have change for 100? Well, no, we only have. I'll take $100 worth then. She's just so over the top and just does everything they want him to do.
It was so good. It was really good. I was rolling at that part. Oh my god. So the song that we were talking about, I mean, we already said that anyway. The song that we were talking about that was dedicated, or that was nominated for the Oscar, was called Mean Green Mother from Outer Space.
Yeah, it's the only original song in the movie.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that's why it got nominated for. That's the only song that got nominated for an Oscar.
Okay.
I think like a lot of movies that are based on musicals do that because Grease did it for Hopelessly Devoted.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, because Hopelessly Devoted's not in the stage show. That was made just for the movie. I think they usually do that just to like try and get a song nominated for an Oscar.
Okay. I didn't actually. This is a bit of a tangent, but in high school we did Grease as a play.
Yeah.
And what I found out there was that there was music in the stage show that wasn't in the movie either.
Yeah.
Like music that you'll hear in the background of the movie is actually just like a reprise of an actual song in the stage show.
Yeah, because I think there's 4 songs from the stage show that aren't in the movie.
Yeah. And so I found that... I actually didn't even know Grease was a stage show first. I just thought it was a movie. I had no idea until I did.
Oh, you're talking about... for Little Shop of Horrors, there's 4 songs...
Oh, okay.
From the stage show that aren't in the...
Well, anyway, I was still talking about Grease.
Yeah,
so.
but Grease... Yeah, but Grease, I think there was a few songs that were in the stage show that aren't in the movie.
But Shop of Horrors had 4, you said?
Yeah, I think I read... I was going through the IMDb trivia today, and there's like 4 songs that were in the stage show that weren't in the movie, and then Mean Green Mother from Outer Space was not in the stage show. That was written specifically for the movie.
Cool. It was a good song. It was probably one of my favorite ones, actually.
Really?
I think so. Like it's like it's like close to the end of the thing.
Yeah,
I thought it was really fun.
Yeah, it's like the final showdown song between Seymour and Audrey II.
Yeah, I really liked that song, the opening song Skid Row.
Yeah, because we have a history with it. There's a we listen to a podcast called Comedy Bang Bang, and every time their host has a specific person on, they always break out into song, and it always ends up being Downtown.
yeah. It's really good. I wish this wasn't like the first time seeing it, and I wish like I would have watched it like earlier than today.
Yeah.
Because I would have also been like, because you said you've been listening to the soundtrack like all week since you watched it.
Yeah,
I wish I would have done that too, because I would have loved to be more familiar with the songs.
Yeah, there's so many. Like, I'm a little biased because I watched this before, and I love all the music in it because I love like that whole like Motown doo-wop sound.
Oh yeah.
So this entire movie is all that kind of music. So I will legit just like put the soundtrack on and just listen to it at work.
Cool.
Especially like this week where I knew we were doing this. I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot how good these fucking songs are. Mm-hmm. Like I think all of them are really. I'm hard pressed to like find one that I just don't like.
Right.
Like even because I brought up last week when we did 7 Brides, where like there was some love songs that I just kind of thought were cheesy and kind of whatever. But even like the love ballads they do in this, like there's a purpose to them, and they actually kind of have a story behind them where like they actually kind of have a feel for the person, kind of like pouring their heart out in it.
Yeah. Speaking of Seven Brides, like after we did the show, I was obsessed with listening to that soundtrack even more, the Seven Brides one.
Yeah.
And I think I love your Bless Your Beautiful Hide, obviously, but I listened to Lonesome Polecat probably more than all of them.
Really?
I don't know why. It just calms me down, and I really like it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Even more so after we did the show. And even like the slower songs, I didn't mind as much listening to them just as a soundtrack.
Okay.
But like in the movie, it was weird. Also, I found out too that I don't necessarily like the woman, Millie. She like has two different ways of singing.
Yeah.
Like she does the one where she's just like it's her own voice and she's just like singing a happy song with the brothers.
Yeah.
Or she'll sing like full opera style. And I'm just like, I don't like that kind. I like when she's like having more fun. Anyway, that was last week.
Audrey kind of has that same thing in this too.
A little, a little bit.
Because she'll kind of like sing in character a little bit, and then she'll get really into it, and then just like blast to like the back of the room.
Yeah.
Especially there's one time where every time it happens, I fucking start laughing where they reprise Suddenly Seymour, and then she just fucking lays
Belts
into it.
Out, yeah.
Seymour, like, oh my god.
There was I think it might be that same song where like both Seymour and what's her name? Audrey are like together, and it's just Rick Moranis singing, and she's like singing in her like a little mousy voice, and all of a sudden just
belts. She belts it.
Whoa, holy shit.
Yeah. Like,
and I didn't know she was like a Broadway star either.
Yeah.
But like I was very impressed with like how she can jump between like that really mousy voice.
Yeah, like she still throws in accents of it every once in a while.
Yeah, and then just belt it out, and I'm like, man, that was I like it a lot.
Yeah,
I really liked her character a lot actually.
When I first watched this, I was not a fan of Audrey because I was like, ugh, I just wish you would just stay in character when you sang, because she struck me as like she got the meeting for the movie and she was like, well, I'm just gonna sing with my regular voice. So it's like, but Audrey is like, she's kind of like New York trash. Like that's how she talks. Right. She should probably sing like that. It's like, okay, well, I'll try to do it every once in a while, but I'm gonna sing in my regular singing voice.
Right. Because like, I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah, there's like sometimes where there's like in the smaller parts of the song, like she does stay in character and does that like that crazy little Brooklyn accent.
Yeah.
But then when it gets like really big and boisterous, then she's like, oh, together. Like, oh my god. So she's like, I'm gonna show these motherfuckers I can sing. But like on this viewing, I was like, all right, get it,
girl.
Yeah, get it. Because like there was like watching Suddenly Seymour, like I was almost getting goosebumps because she belted that fucking song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I might listen to the whole soundtrack tomorrow. Is it true that some of the songs are different on the soundtrack than they are in the movie?
They cut out a little bit of the dialogue in between.
Okay.
Like there's some songs where, like especially in the movie, where there's like some downtime where you're kind of like watching the characters interact or like some dialogue, but in the soundtrack they cut that out and they just cut right into it.
Okay. All right. Speaking of the Motown things, they have like 3 Motown singers all throughout the movie. I
love all of them.
Which I really like.
Especially one of them is Gina from Martin.
Okay! That's exactly what I wanted to say, because I was like, who the fuck? I saw it from second one, and I'm like, where do I know her from? And I went and looked up her IMDb, and I'm like, Martin! Gina! I was like, I know her from Martin! And also, she wasn't the only one, because also one of the other girls, I wrote down her name. Where is it? Here we go. Tachina Arnold?
Yeah.
She was also on Martin.
Oh, shit.
As another reoccurring character.
The same person. I want to just think that the same person that cast Little Shop of Horrors cast Martin.
I would love it. I would love that.
But no, I think they call them like the Greek chorus because it's kind of like a thing from like Greek plays where there's always like some women that are in the background that kind of like push the story along.
Yeah, it's like the oh shit! Have you ever seen the Hercules?
Yeah,
cartoon?
like
it's
Hercules.
Just like those Motown girls.
A lot of this reminded me of Hercules because Hercules also has that same Motown feel to it when with their songs.
Yeah,
Hercules is a super underrated Disney movie.
I totally agree with you. So for whatever reason, I was on this Spotify playlist where they play just like a bunch of random songs at the end of some podcasts.
Yeah,
and I think it's actually the Lights Camera Barstool one. I'm bringing them up a lot this fucking week. Anyway, they play a song at the end of every single show, and so every single one of those songs is on their playlist. And that song, like, Bless My Soul, Herc was on that playlist.
So good.
And I just heard it like last week, and I'm like, I fucking love Hercules.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Molly's obsessed with that song that Meg sings, like, I'm in Love.
Devoted or something?
No, it's...
Oh, that's Grease.
Yeah, that's Grease.
Why is that in
the one?
Anyway.
Like, it's the one where she talks about how she's not going to say she's in love.
Yeah.
Like, she plays it, like, almost all the time we're in the car. And it's a good song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
And it's, like, it still has, like, that Motown feel to it, because it still have, like, the Greek chorus in the background, kind of, like, egging her on, like, you know you're in love with him, blah, 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 like... And then she's like, at least out loud, I won't say I'm in love. Doop de doo wop ha. Like, oh, so good.
Oh my god. We should fucking just write Hercules down to do at some time.
Yeah, Danny DeVito is a goat person.
James Woods, regardless of what your feelings on him, is Hades.
James Wood plays a fucking badass Hades.
He really does. Anyway, Little Shop of Horrors. We're like way off the rails.
We're back in off-topic podcast territory.
Where were we? Oh yeah, Martin.
Yeah, back to something else. It's that Little Shop of Horrors.
So what I also read is that the Greek chorus or whatever, everyone of them is named after a different like Motown group.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. I should have wrote them down, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And they also, I like them because they kind of like exist out of the action.
Yeah.
Because even the beginning, it's raining and they never get wet.
Yep.
Did you notice that?
Yeah. And they even like portray them as like school kids that are walking by every once in a while too.
Yeah. And so that was cool. I also read that the director, Frank Oz, who played Yoda.
Yeah. Who did Little Indian in the Cupboard that we just did not too long ago.
He wanted every time they showed up to have a spotlight on him.
Yeah.
So it was like a heavenly kind of thing, follow him around.
Yeah.
But they couldn't figure out how to not like
illuminate the other actors.
Everybody else. So they kind of scrapped it. So anyway, I love them. They're great.
Oh my god, it adds so much to it. Like every time they sing a song too, like I've listened to the soundtrack so much that the songs that I loved are kind of like falling in the background. Now I'm like loving the more obscure ones. Mm-hmm. And I've had Some Fun Now stuck in my head for so like all day today. I've just been like, some fun now. Aren't you having some fun now? Like all day I've been singing that. I can't get it out of my fucking head.
I gotta listen to this soundtrack sometime. I'm gonna turn it on right now. Just listen to it. No. So why don't we just like start going through the movie here?
Okay.
So why don't we just start like after he gets the plant?
Okay.
Do you want to do that? Because not really a lot happens.
Well, first of all, Downtown, when they do that song, I love musicals that start out with like just kind of like a bass song, kind of like lays the foundation for where you are.
Yeah.
And Downtown Skid Row is such a good song.
Yeah, it was really good.
Because like La La Land kind of did that too, where they did the like the beginning song where it's just a bunch of people, like you barely see the main characters. It's a lot of like kind of the background characters kind of telling you where you are.
That song that they're in traffic, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And I love that for this because it does set the idea that you are legit in a neighborhood that people live in that are miserable and it sucks. Mm-hmm. And they even throwing in like the idea that this is what you go back to when you've worked in like the more upper crust part of the city, where it's like you spend all day working for all these big wigs that are expecting you to like clean up their shit, and then at the end of the day you get on a bus and you go home, but your home is Skid Row, and Skid Row fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And I love that because like you see Seymour, and he works in Skid Row, so he never leaves Skid Row.
Right.
So you totally feel for him, where like this is where people go to live and they hate where they live. Seymour is stuck in Skid Row. He can't leave. So then when they get to his part of the song, like you really feel for him, where it's like, I just want to get out of here in any way possible.
Right.
I don't even give a shit if I get a job outside of the city, but I'm homeless, and the only person who'll give me a job is this shitty plant owner,
right,
who that lives in Skid Row. So I'll never leave Skid Row. I just want the smallest opportunity to get out of Skid Row, and it's really well done.
Yeah, that song's really good.
Yeah,
it's a perfect one to set the tone for where they are.
Yep.
I guess it doesn't really like mean much after like the whole plot really picks up that they live in Skid Row, but it's still like a good song.
But it's still it's a good basis, because for the things that Seymour's doing, because the things that he's doing is garnering attention and getting him money. So like the fact that he is willing to kind of overlook some of the shady shit that's gonna go down, like you get that idea where it's like, well, shit, he lives in this terrible place and has no money. The only way he's ever gonna get out of here is if he has money.
Yeah, and I guess it also helps too that it's like Audrey and Seymour can then like, well, I guess more Seymour,
because Audrey chimes in it too. Like she kind of talks about how Skid Row sucks. Like she has like a small part in it.
Yeah, who sings the song where they have like their future lives together? Is that
Audrey?
Seymour? Oh, okay.
Somewhere That's Green. Oh my god, I love Somewhere That's Green.
Because she like that. Their whole dream is essentially to get out of Skid Row and like have this like little picket fence like little house they live in and have like this little perfect life.
And not to jump ahead, but I love the idea of Somewhere That's Green, because you see musicals nowadays and they're so like over the top when it comes to like imagining what they're going to do. Like it's always like, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to live in a mansion, I'm going to have the best life. And then Audrey, when she sings Somewhere That's Green, like she like sings so passionately about things that people bitch about.
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, shit, I just want you to have that, because you're not asking for too much.
Right. Yeah, it's like she's asking for a lower middle class life.
Exactly. Like you see all the things that she sings about so passionately and so lovingly, and it's like things that people bitch about.
Yeah.
Like how many times you've heard people like, why do you have plastic all over your fucking furniture? It's stupid.
Yeah.
But she's like, I want it to keep it nice and clean. And then she's like talking about like, she's not talking about like living this big, rich, luxurious life. She just wants a small house like out in the middle of nowhere, so like far away from Skid Row, with a person that she cares about.
Right. Yeah. It's a great song.
Yeah.
And it's all fleshed out in like a weird like hyper like fantasy kind of like little playground.
Yeah, like when she sings the song, she's looking through like a Better Homes and Gardens version from like the 1950s magazine, and like the scene is kind of set up like a home and garden magazine. Like it's very compact and like very like AstroTurf looking. Like everything looks perfect, even though it's just a very small house and like a very like small living area.
It looks like the houses in the neighborhood of Edward Scissorhands.
Pretty much, yeah. It does legit look like Edward Scissorhands. But no, it makes you sympathize with her more, because she's not asking for too much. And I think that's what makes Audrey likable, like beyond like her like slightly annoying voice and like the fact that she like dresses super over sexualized.
Right.
But when you like get to know her more, like you kind of see like the person behind the facade, where she feels like she has to look like that to attract men to get any kind of attention, because she's never had it before.
Right. But what she does have is like a really shitty boyfriend who played by Steve Martin, who does like an amazing job in this, being a douchey asshole.
Oh my god,
dentist.
Yeah. Now, the first time I saw this, I did not
Scrivello.
see... Yeah, the first time I saw this, I didn't know too much about Little Shop of Horrors before I saw this, so the dentist thing never struck me. Did it strike you before they actually revealed it?
I don't think so. No, I had no idea.
The minute he went in and was like, "You'll be a dentist," I started laughing so hard because I was on my edge of my seat where it's like, what the fuck's he gonna say? Because he's like building it up where it's like, I did all this terrible shit as a kid, and my mom said, I know the exactly right profession you need to take to make this a reality. And I'm like, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? And then he busts in, rips off his big leather jacket, and he's wearing fucking like scrubs for a dentist, and I'm like, that is amazing. Like, it's just out of nowhere, and he's just going through and pulling people's teeth and shit. You're like, oh my god, it's the best.
Yeah. That was one of the better songs in this too. It was so fun.
They even do like that shit where it's like a mouth puppet where you like.
That was awesome, and it was only for one shot of the movie.
Yeah, like they shoot the camera through a mouth puppet, and he's like drilling teeth on this mouth puppet. It's so fucking good looking.
So that one shot like maybe lasts like 5 seconds or whatever, and like it was amazing because I've heard about that shot a lot, more than probably anything in this movie. Ironically, that they built this whole inner mouth with that moves and the tongue moves and it opens up and down, and the tool, like when he goes in to use it, they use like forced perspective. And they give him, like, a weird oblong-shaped tool to look like it's coming way at you.
Yeah, because everything looks really big.
Yeah, and he's singing through this guy's open mouth. And then he pulls back, and then he just has a regular tool in his hand. You never see that shot again.
Yeah.
But, like, master craftsmanship on all the practical effects on this.
It's ridiculous.
Because this and Audrey II, the plant...
Audrey II.
Are you kidding me? This is like one of the best puppeteering things like, I've ever seen in any movie.
Like her lips move so you can actually see her like say vowels. I've never seen that on a puppet before.
Like before or after.
Yeah.
Like there's CG that looks worse than this puppet.
Exactly. And even like the craftsmanship inside the mouth, because they even like do things where it's like, yeah, she has like Audrey II has teeth, but like all like the tongue and everything has like this like weird plant like flower looking thing.
Yeah.
Where like it almost kind of makes you believe that this could be a plant.
Yeah.
Like the back of the Audrey II's throat like looks like kind of like a flower.
Right.
And like the tongue kind of has like this like veiny kind of
like leafy texture,
leafy
kind of to
look.
it.
Yeah, like the tongue looks like a big leaf.
Right.
Like all of it looks like it could very well be a plant that exists.
I was blown away that in 1986 they were able to do this.
Yeah.
Like it blew me away.
Yeah, and they make it enormous.
Yeah, I think there was like 6 different puppets, I think, throughout the entire filming of this, like every gradually getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. It ends up getting so huge that in order to puppeteer it, when they were doing the songs at the end, they had to like slow down the songs and they had to lip sync to them at a slower frame rate.
Yeah.
Because it took a lot more to move the puppets and shit.
My God.
And then they sped it up to 24 frames per second.
That's amazing.
And it all and it's seamless.
I want to go back and see kind of like a making of this, because like I'm not like shitting you when you say they like get the lips to move where like you can see that it is like saying vowels. Like the lips are moving like how the vowel would be said. Where you're like, that is beyond, that's like above and beyond. Like you don't need to do that for a movie in 1986, but they did it and it looks like it's an actual mouth that's talking.
Right. And for a budget of $25 million, I'm like, all the budget had to go to that fucking puppet. It had to. If it was made today, that $25 million would just be the puppet.
Yeah.
And it would probably somehow look shittier.
It probably would.
I don't know.
It'd be like funneled for some drugs or something.
But
grab me some dank juice, Troy.
You want some dank juice? You got it, buddy.
Yeah. But, Audrey II is so fucking good looking in this. It's insane. Mm-hmm. And the one of the things that I love the most in this is like the love story even between Audrey and Seymour, because like it feels a lot of love stories in movies where it's just like good-looking person versus good-looking person or with good-looking person.
Right.
And you're just like, you just root for them to get together because they're hot and you want to see them bang each other.
Right.
But they even go out of your way in a song. Like Audrey goes out of her way in a song to say, yeah, Seymour's not the cutest.
Right.
But they strike you as like a couple you want to see them get together.
Right. They're like that. It's like an average looking couple, but they just like, you can feel the tension.
Yeah.
Even when they're like singing about each other, or when they
Yeah.
just start talking and they keep getting closer and closer and closer to each other.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love it. Like I always when I was bitching about the love songs in Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, like in this, like the two major love songs are Somewhere That's Green, which we already talked about, and Suddenly Seymour, which I fucking love. Suddenly Seymour. It is such a goddamn good song. And like the way it's presented, it's not presented in this way where it's like, this is pretty much like Seymour professing his love to Audrey, but it's not done in a way where it's like, your eyes are like the stars and you have the beauty of 1,000 suns and blah, 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 blah. It's just like, look, you don't have to be another person in front of me.
Right.
I've worked with you long enough that I know who you are. You don't have to be this facade to try and get my attention. I know who you are and I love that. And then it's her realizing that. And then the whole like Suddenly Seymour is standing beside me is kind of like, I'm finally realizing that Seymour is the only person that'll accept me for me. And that is probably one of the most touching love songs you can get.
Right.
Where there's no bullshit. It's just, I love you for you, and now I'm here for you. And that's all the song is.
Yeah. And
it's so good. Like it actually makes you feel like, yeah, Audrey, get on that shit.
get on it. So before we skip totally past like Steve Martin and all that shit, so he plays this total douchebag dentist and he loves inflicting pain on people.
Yeah.
But what I love is when Bill Murray shows up.
Oh my god.
To his dentist
that
office.
That Bill Murray scene is the best. With Rick Moranis in the waiting room.
Right.
Well, like Bill Murray's just like having these orgasmic screams.
He's like a guy just addicted to pain and like goes to like a dentist every day of the week and like just wants to get hurt by this guy, and it totally throws Steve Martin off. Where he's just like,
he gets so pissed. Like the only reason he's a dentist is because he loves torturing people, and this guy is legit like busting a nut, sitting in his chair, being like, oh, you're going to use that? Oh, yeah.
He like comes with his own apron and cotton to put in his mouth. And
he's like prepping himself for for a root canal.
Right.
Well, like Steve Martin's like showing him all of the tools and he's just like, oh,
what are you going to do with that?
Oh, tell me what you're going to do with that.
It's so good. Also, fun fact, in Batman 89, when Joker's getting his plastic surgery, they show the same tools on that table as they do in that pull-out drawer that Steve Martin pulls open.
Nice.
Same shit. Anyway, but Bill Murray freaked me out in this. I fucking hate people who are addicted to pain. Like, I love when it rubs me the wrong way.
There's like that little kid that's in there before him, and he's like so impatient that he's not even sitting in the chair. He's like squatting. He's got his feet on there, and he's like, tell me what he did. Tell me what he did to you. And like the kid's like can't even talk because he's got like this big fucking brace on his face. He's like, oh, but is that to me? It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
And it's such a throwaway scene too, but it like almost steals the whole movie.
For a while it does. Also funny too, I was reading up on it that like there was hardly any dialogue written for this whole scene.
Yeah.
And Bill Murray pretty much ad-libbed everything.
Yeah.
But it took 2 days to film, so every time they shot, he would just ad-lib, and so it was a fucking bitch to edit so it was coherent at all. Because every time it would be different. It just totally seems like a Bill Murray thing to do.
Exactly.
But yeah, so like that was an amazing scene, and that's the scene where also Seymour is out to feed Audrey
Yeah,
II.
because Audrey's so big that blood won't suffice anymore. Except to this point, he's just been pricking his finger and sticking the finger in Audrey's mouth.
Right. You know, like a little blood bottle.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But now he's pricked all of his fingers at this point, and they're all
It
like
seems
bandaged
you're not happy till I open a vein.
And so she needs more sustenance.
Yeah.
And he's out to get the biggest dickhead in town,
Yeah.
which is Audrey's dick boyfriend.
The song before that, the Feed Me Seymour song.
Oh, that was good too.
Yeah. The person that does the singing for Audrey II is so good.
Oh, I got his name right here.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he sounds like
Levi Stubbs.
Yeah, like he kind of sounds like a lower register Little Richard.
A little bit, yeah.
But it's such a good... He has such an amazing voice. I fucking love him. Especially as Audrey II, where everyone else that sings, they kind of have like their own kind of style of singing. And then Audrey II comes in, and it's like this boisterous, outgoing voice that like sings to Seymour, where like you can almost kind of see how he kind of falls under Audrey II's spell.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I love like the only time they really bring up like things that are extravagant and over the top is when Audrey II is trying to convince him to kill for him.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. And then it's like, and like Audrey II itself is such an interesting character because it's like it kind of adapts to what Seymour is looking for. Because that song, it's just he's throwing everything out there. It's like, I'll make you rich. You'll have like all the women in the world. Everyone will love you. I'm just working for you. I just want you to be happy. Just feed me, and I'll make sure that you're happy. Mm-hmm. Blah, 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 blah. And then when it gets to supper time, when he has to kill his boss, it's like, think of Audrey. You love Audrey, right? You're not going to see Audrey if you're in prison. Like, it's like he adapts to like what Seymour's motivation is. So it makes him like a really good antagonist. I fucking love Audrey II.
Yeah. Going in this not knowing I just thought that immediately that this man-eating plant was going to just become like, it's kind of like Gremlins or whatever, where it's like, starts off this cute little thing and then immediately goes evil. And it doesn't really.
No.
Like, you don't know where it's kind of going until maybe like the end of the second act, really. And you find out like, oh man, this thing is like a huge burden. Like, not only does it want to just like drink blood, but now it's coming full on evil. Yeah. And it's like, holy shit.
But it's like, it wants to survive.
Well, I know that, but like, I like how it plays up when it's set in the 60s, where they do a lot of, back then, it was like a lot of like sci-fi aliens and all this kind of shit after like Roswell happened or whatever.
Yeah. I think it's in the 50s, actually.
I'm pretty sure it's set in the 60s.
Okay.
Just saying. Want me to get that wiki out?
We'll fight later.
Want me to get the wiki out?
Get that wiki out.
I got fucking IMDb up right now. What do we got?
I thought it was 50s. Maybe it's 60s.
Is there like a... Nah, the plot summary's not going to give me shit. Anyway, doesn't matter
I'll give
it
you
is.
60s. It could be 60s.
But anyway, that's when like a lot of sci-fi alien type shit out. So I like that it was like a play on that too, where the plant was like an alien life force that ended up like I guess getting beamed to Earth during the eclipse or some shit like that. And I really like that a lot.
I also love like this small bit of like Asian racism during Dua, where it's like I met with a elderly Chinese man that sold me a plant. Jingbao.
But once it gets to, I just want to keep talking about the puppetry, but like, because like near the very end, where like Audrey II is just getting like out of control. Yeah. And it's like it's like as big as the room. Yeah. And then it's singing its song.
Yeah, and it's like background singing buds that are like coming off of her.
Right. I was like, oh my god, this is so good! Because even those little buds each have their own individual mouths and tongues that move in them and all that shit. Yeah. God damn. I just keep thinking about it. It's so good.
He's gonna go marry that puppet.
So anyway, it kind of ends like how you would expect it to. Like, he ends up defeating Audrey II in like a building collapse.
Yeah.
But then there were alternate endings to this.
Yeah. There's one in particular that they actually filmed. Mm-hmm. That's insane. That the fact they filmed all of this, because you can find it on YouTube if you look hard enough. But it's legit 20 minutes worth of footage for the alternate ending.
Okay.
And it's more depressing, and no surprise, I like it more.
Yeah.
But I also like this one too. Like I'm kind of torn on which ending I like the most, because I genuinely love Audrey and Seymour's relationship so much that I do like that they end up together.
Uh-huh.
But like the alternate ending makes so much sense on where the story was building, what the story was building to from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So, did you read what the ending was completely?
I kind of know what it is. It's like Audrey II ends up eating both Audrey and Seymour.
Yeah. And
like just attacks the city pretty much, right?
Yeah. Well, it's I'll lay it out for you. It's like right the alternate ending starts right where Audrey II calls Audrey.
Okay.
And coaxes her into coming to the shop, and then he does all that thing where like he's like sexually objectifying her, like running running his vines up and down her body, where you're like, holy shit, all right. But then like he puts Audrey in his mouth, and then Seymour comes in and pulls her out, but like she's mortally wounded, and she's like kind of dying in the alleyway, and she's like, look, Seymour, the only way you're gonna get out of Skid Row is if you keep feeding Audrey II, because she's like the one thing, like Audrey II is like the one thing that people like love you for.
Right.
So just use Audrey II to get out of Skid Row, and then you can do whatever you want. But if you feed me to Audrey II, then I'll always be by you. So then she reprises Somewhere That's Green, where she was like, I'll be with you somewhere that's green. Somewhere That's Green being Audrey II.
Okay.
So then fucking do this like crazy like dramatic scene where like Seymour walks into the shop and just like feeds Audrey to Audrey II.
Okay.
And then like Seymour runs away, and then the guy that Jim Belushi plays, it's another guy in the alternate one, because they had to get Jim Belushi for the alternate ending, or for the original ending. He comes up and says pretty much what Jim Belushi said, where it's like, we want to sell the clippings of Audrey II to sell to people because it's this big hit. And he's like, no, I don't want to do it. And then, but like the difference is when Seymour runs away, the guy yells, well, we don't need your permission to get it. We can just get it however we want to. We can sneak into the shop if we need to and get it. So like he yells that he's running away, and then that's when Seymour's like, well, the only way I'm going to make sure the world's safe is if I beat you. And then they do the whole Mean Mother from Outer Space song. Okay. But when the building collapses, instead of him shocking Audrey II to death, Audrey II just grabs him out of the rubble and then puts him in his mouth and eats him. And then it goes into a whole other, like a completely different song that was not even in the original cut that they play, where like the Greek chorus is like talking about how like the people are now obsessed with Audrey II, and how they all want one of their own, and how this guy came in and like got like made his own Audrey IIs, and now they're like wreaking havoc on the city. And there's a legit 5-minute long sequence where they're blowing up a model city with Audrey IIs, just annihilating everything. Like it's legit 5 minutes long, and they're like blowing up things. They're like eating people. There's like explosions, a whole bunch of shit, and it ends with like 2 Audrey IIs on top of the Statue of Liberty wrapping their vines around the head, and it says the end.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Like it is very elaborate. Like, I'm surprised they got rid of it, because it looked like a lot of money went into that alternate ending.
Damn, because that even fits more into like the like weird alien scare 1960s sci-fi like B-movie type shit. Yeah,
exactly. And it's a perfect escalation of the story, where like Seymour goes from feeding Audrey to like the person he hates the most, and then his boss that he kind of likes because he brought him in when he was poor and an orphan, but he treats him like shit.
Right.
So then he feeds him, and then he ends up feeding him the woman he loves the most, and then he ends up feeding him himself. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just this escalation of, like, when does it end? And then it ends when you end up feeding yourself to this plant.
Dang.
Yeah, so I think that ending makes way more sense, but in the same sense, I love Seymour and Audrey's relationship so much that I almost kind of, like, was giddy when they ended up getting that house.
Right.
For somewhere that's green, where I was like, oh, good.
Yeah. I like both. I don't know which one I'd like more, because I know test audiences hated that.
Yeah.
They also, I guess, were appalled at the dentist scene, because it was, like, way grungier in there.
Yeah, like
blood on the walls. Yeah,
there was supposed to be, like, blood on the walls and, like, dirt everywhere.
And so they didn't like that, so they reshot that scene as well, where it was, like, cleaner and all that other shit, and then it was more of like, hey, I'm gonna like torture these people, but you're not gonna see the torture splattered all over the walls or whatever.
Yeah.
So like those are like the two big reshoots that they did, because this originally was scheduled to come out in July of 1986 as a summer release.
Yeah.
Summer release. But then those two huge reshoots pushed it out to December. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man, I want to... Can you find that on YouTube and just share it on the Twitter page?
I'll see if I can. The one that I pulled up was kind of weird because it was really small, but I think I could... If I look hard enough, I think I'll find like a really good version of it. I found a really good version of it where it's just the last 5 minutes where they show the plants destroying the city.
Okay.
But, yeah, like, if you find, like, the original ending, it's legit 20 minutes long.
There is, because what I was also reading, too, when this was going to be re-released in the 90s or something, mm-hmm. Or maybe it was, like, early 2000, maybe 2001.
I know there's a director's cut they
I think
released
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there's a director's cut they released that does have this original ending.
Because they had the original ending with all, like, the negatives and stuff. They put it out on a DVD, and then they recalled it. And then, because they wanted to re-release it in the theaters.
Yeah.
With the original ending.
Yeah.
But then that never happened. And then I don't think you can see it up until they re-released it again in like 2012. Where they have like both endings on the Blu-ray or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I saw, obviously, the original... Like, not the original one, the reshot one. The happy ending.
Yeah.
But I really... Now that I know that it was... You've seen it. I want to see it real bad.
Yeah. No.
I wonder if it's like a Vimeo link, if you can find it on Vimeo.
Maybe.
YouTube's ugly cousin.
If you look hard enough on YouTube, you'll find it. But no, I love the whole thing where like they do like the reprise from Audrey where she sings Somewhere That's Green, where she brings up where it's like, if Audrey II eats me, I'll be part of Audrey II, and then I'll still grow up with you somewhere that's green.
Okay.
Where it's like, oh, that's a really fucking good callback. Where it's like, it's not exactly what she pictured, but she still was able to bring up that it's somewhere that's green. So fucking good.
Solid. Well, so being this is the first time I saw this movie.
Yeah. What is your complete idea of the entire movie?
So I was kind of surprised because I didn't know it was going to do some things. I had an idea, like this movie in our circle of what we like is in the zeitgeist. So you kind of like get it through osmosis of like things here and there. But there were some things I didn't know that it was that would happen at all. Like the whole, I think I already said it. Anyway, I wasn't exactly sure what happened, but I kind of had a good idea.
Yeah.
And going through this, like, I was a fan of the songs. I've some that I didn't even know that I've heard before through other things. The puppetry was awesome.
Yeah.
All the characters are great.
Yeah.
The cameos were amazing.
Yeah. Even
though it was, like, reshot 2 big scenes, I thought it was pretty seamless, and, like, I liked the movie regardless.
I think it might be because that I knew what the alternate ending was, but I did kind of feel like the ending was a little bit forced to to kind of please people, but in the same sense, like I said, I love Audrey and Seymour's relationship so much where I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm glad they're happy.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I also like rented this on Amazon because it's not free anywhere.
Yeah.
But after I watched it, I'm like, man, I could just buy that movie.
I know. I was on the brink of. I think I might still do it. I want to just get a hard copy of this and buy it.
Yeah, I might do it too because like I was surprised on how much I liked it.
Yeah.
So for the person who threw this out there for our third week singing out the summer, Dirk Feelgood.
Yeah.
Good reco. Good reco, man.
I was almost on the brink of just being like, let's just do Little Shop of Horrors because it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Because I fucking love this movie so much.
Plus, like, so we had four entries in the bracket for what was going to be on the third week.
Yeah.
Like, it was, Chicago, this, Moulin Rouge, and...
The Greatest Show.
The Greatest Showman.
This is the best one. I've seen
and
all four.
One blew them out of the water.
Yeah, I've seen all four. This is the best one.
The Greatest Showman and Moulin Rouge tied.
Yeah.
This one still won by leaps and bounds.
A lot, yeah.
And Chicago got no votes.
0 votes.
Which I thought was very funny.
Chicago, or as I like to call it, Orange is the New Pompous. That's pretty much the exact description of the whole thing.
Oh, that was so good. But yeah, I would definitely recommend anyone to see this movie.
It is so fucking good.
Like I would recommend anyone to purchase this movie.
Yeah. It's so well done, and like this like the same thing I've been like beating over our heads over and over again. Everything's practical in it.
Yeah.
And it is, God, yeah, that puppetry is fan-fucking-tastic. It's ridiculous.
Top notch.
Yeah, like going back and rewatching this, I totally forgot that they actually like even automatized the lips to say vowels, and I was just like, God damn. That's not needed, but it's so fucking appreciated.
It was so good. It was so good.
Christ. Like you could show this in 30 years and people would still be like, how the fuck did they do that?
Right? I have no idea. So going into the grades, I'm giving this like the most solid A I've given probably ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good.
Would you say this goes above Seven Brides?
Oh.
Putting you on the spot.
Oh, that's tough. Okay, I want to say this.
Yeah.
I still think, only because of nostalgia, that I like Seven Brides more.
Yeah.
But I think as an entire movie, I think this one works better.
Okay.
Like, as a whole, this one works better.
Yeah.
There's some parts of Seven Brides that I can do without.
Yeah.
But that barn raising scene is amazing.
I will not take that away from you. This is definitely a different type of musical.
Oh, of course.
Like, there's no like over the top dancing or anything, but I think this is, out of everything that we've reviewed so far, I love the music more in this than the last two that we've done.
Okay.
And I think that's mainly just a personal bias because I just love that Motown sound of like the doo-wop thing.
Yeah.
Like, this movie is so Motown that there is a song called Doo-wah.
Yeah. As songs go, songs are all great. I want to go back. I've said it already. Like, I listened to them on Spotify. Maybe this next week.
Like I said, like, I'm at that point now where the more obscure ones are starting to get stuck in my head because I've listened to the other ones that are just in the zeitgeist so much that now I'm stuck on like some fun now. Like that's like the ones that like like the scene changes that the Greek. Like the Greek choir comes in and sings like in between scenes. Like, I'm getting those songs stuck in my head now because even those are so fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, it's everything about this is so well done.
Well, did you grade it yet?
Oh, probably the highest of A's. Maybe not. an A+, but the highest of A's
Right.
I can give to that point, because it's just the craftsmanship about it is so good, and everyone plays their characters so fucking well. Like even Steve Martin is amazing, and like, god damn it, like I can't even think of anyone that like sticks out as like I could have gone without him. Like they're all so fucking good.
Like the only other person in this would be like the shop owner, like Mishka or whatever his name is.
Yeah, but even he's just like, he just shows up and he's like, I love the only thing that he really cares about when it comes to Audrey is just to bring up how her boyfriend beats her. That's the only lines he ever says.
But he's like the only character that doesn't like play it to like the moon. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He plays it pretty straight.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like everyone else is like boom, 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 playing to the back row or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, so like it's all good.
Oh, that boyfriend gonna be giving you a shiner? Oh, you need to get rid of that. You gotta do that putz. Like, what are you talking about, Mr. Mishka?
So yeah, Little Shop of Horrors, high marks from the review crew over here.
So go out of your way to see this. It is so goddamn good.
Really good. Glad it was included.
Especially 1986. It's ridiculous this was made in 1986.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, besides a Little Shop, is there anything else you've been into this last week?
I saw a couple movies over the week. I saw the film How to Talk to Girls at Parties.
Yeah.
I think I brought that up as like a trailer like a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Okay.
I wanted to like it more than what I did, but there are some scenes where even like the fact that she's like an alien, they introduce some stuff where even I don't think I fully understand it. Where I was like, oh, okay. But I do like the punk stuff that they introduce. And Nicole Kidman's actually pretty good in it.
All right. Okay.
I really liked her in it. So, I don't know. Like, if you want something different, like if you really want to go into it with an open mind, then that's probably the best way to do it. Because there's like some scenes where it just goes off the wall for no reason, where you're just like, what's happening?
Okay.
And they never really tell you what it is.
All right.
So there you go. How to Talk to Girls at Parties. And I also saw Rampage.
Oh yeah?
With The Rock. I'm surprised this is PG-13. This movie's violent as fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some things I'm surprised they got away with. Where I think the only reason they got away with it was because they cut away from it so fast. But there are scenes where they show for like a split second like mutilated, like pieced apart bodies laying
of like
strewn
monsters
of people.
Oh. Oh my.
Yeah. There's like one scene where Joe, what the fuck's his name? The guy, the wolf guy from True Blood.
Manganiello?
Yeah, Joe Manganiello is like the head of like this like army group that's trying to kill like the giant wolf. That whole scene is badass, by the way.
Okay.
Like it legit like jumps out of the sky and just rips a helicopter out of the air in like the woods.
Okay.
And it's so fucking good. But like he like walks out into like this open area where it's just bodies of just gross bleeding strewn, where you're like, how is this PG-13?
Okay.
But they do shit like that. There's like shit where like things get impaled, things get beheaded. Like it is violent as fuck for being PG-13.
All right.
And it's a dumb movie. I'm not going to try and defend it in that sense. But that last 45 minutes when they're in Chicago is awesome. You need, just for that, you need to watch it. Because it's just nonstop watching three giant animals rip a city apart.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. There's even a part where The Rock's like, we need to stop them to save the city. And I'm like, what's left to save? They fucked everything up.
Sure. All right.
But it's a fun movie. I think it's worth a rental. Like if you're just kind of curling up and you just want something dumb to play in the background, and then when something pops up, it's like, holy shit, that's fucked up. then just stop what you're doing and watch. I think it's a fun, like, with friends movie.
All right.
Check that out.
Sounds good.
And last thing, Netflix put out the latest Matt Groening show, Disenchantment.
Yeah, how was that?
I really like it. It's definitely got that Futurama feel to it.
That's what somebody else said too.
But it takes place in like medieval times, and they even like kind of like bring up like medieval storybook type characters every once in a while. Like they do like a hilarious episode with Hansel and Gretel, which is fucking awesome.
Okay.
But no, it's funny as hell, and like the characters in it are awesome.
Okay.
Like you follow Bean, who's like this makeshift princess who just wants to be like a rebel and do her own thing, and there's this mysterious couple that are like witches that put a spell on her that makes a demon follow her everywhere. So the demon is one of the characters that you see every time, and then there's like an elf that grows up in pretty much like this village where everything is happy and pure, that's so bored with it that he wants to go somewhere that's depressing and torturing. So he leaves. So every time like he gets to torture or something bad happens to him, like he's like so happy.
Okay.
But it's awesome. Like it's just, you just follow those three and they kind of go on adventures. It's kind of like I said, like a medieval enchanted Futurama.
Sweet
following
deal.
those three characters, and it's really fucking funny.
I heard it's kind of slow going at first.
Like I'd say the first 2 or 3 episodes don't hit you with the jokes as fast as the other ones do, but once you get past those, like it's not like it's all like that Simpsons Futurama humor just hitting you nonstop, and it's fucking hilarious. I love it.
Cool. I might I saw like a while ago that it was ready for me to watch, and I'm just like, I need to just fucking get to it.
Yeah.
I have been reading the Frank Miller written all-star Batman and Robin The Boy Wonder.
Okay.
It JT, I may let you borrow this.
Really?
After I am done with it. Like I knew when it was coming out that it was something else. And it came out like years ago already, but I have never read it fully. Like, it's a retelling of Batman getting Robin under his wing.
Yeah.
But it's crazy Batman. Like, he calls himself the goddamn Batman and is fucking insane. And, like, to the point where, like, he thinks he's king shit, right? Like, he's got all this sweet shit at his disposal.
Yeah.
Like, Robin's parents die. He pretty much kidnaps Robin to tutelage him to be his ward.
Yeah.
And Robin doesn't want any part of it. Like, Dick Grayson is like, whatever, like, crazy asshole. Like, you are fucking nutso. Like, at one point, like, the Batmobile turns into like a flying machine.
Yeah.
Like the Batjet or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, pretty cool, huh? And Robin's like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, And like pissed off that Robin doesn't think he's cool. He even calls Robin retarded at one point. And locks him in the Batcave to survive off rats.
Jesus!
Like, he is absolutely insane. Like,
I love this idea.
so, like, when Batman is, like, evading the cops after he steals Robin, like, he eventually, like, whips his shit, he turns around, and then full-on rams the cops and, like, blows their cars up and shit, and the whole time he's doing it, he's maniacally laughing. And I'm like,
my God.
Frank Miller, you crazy son of a bitch! And the whole time, he calls himself the goddamn Batman.
I love that.
And I'm like, Joel would love this more than anything in the world.
Well, I've always seen, like, Batman as, like, this like, he's gotta be a narcissist where it's, like, anytime I see a movie where someone is like, if I quit doing this, the world will not be the same, and you're one person.
Right.
No. That doesn't, like, I laughed so hard to, like, in Mission Impossible where it's like, I couldn't marry her because the world needed me.
Right.
Where I'm like, oh my God, you're Batman.
Right.
Like, you probably do shit, but the fact that you think the world needs you makes you the grossest narcissist in the world.
Yeah.
And I love it.
So when I get done reading this, I'll let you flip through it at least if you want to read it or not.
Yeah.
But like, I think you will enjoy it fully. And the funny thing is, I know it doesn't end because
Really?
it was supposed to be like 12 issues or something, and they only did like 9. And then they never finished it, and they just was like, fuck it, we'll just put out the book anyway.
Yeah.
And so it never has like a real ending either.
I love that shit, though. I love making up my own endings for things.
Great. So maybe you'll love it. I don't know.
There you go. I'll read it, and then I'll give you my ending.
Sweet. I will love it.
We'll give each other our own endings for what we think what should happen.
I love it. Another thing I've been watching, too, I just realized I went through my YouTube history, and I was like, man, I was watching like a shit ton of videos of this guy like 2 days ago. And the channel's called The Box Office Artist.
Yeah.
Because, like, I recently on Twitter, I was cleaning up this room a little bit. Doesn't look like it now, but I was cleaning it up, and I came across some old drawings.
Mm-hmm.
And I posted those, and I got the itch to draw again. So I've been watching, like, artists draw on Twitter
nice.
or on YouTube and stuff. Anyway, this guy is called The Box Office Artists. And he draws... he puts a video up like once a week or whatever of like a whole bunch of stuff. Like his son will give him a drawing and he'll recreate that drawing in his style.
Yeah.
Or he'll draw Batman in 20 different styles. Like if he was on Family Guy or if it was one of his famous artists or whatever like that. Or just do whatever. Anyway, I've been really into watching him specifically.
Yeah.
He's kind of an annoying personality. He laughs at like a lot of everything that he says, even if it's not a joke, because I think he's just nervous to record himself. But he's a really good artist.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've been really into that. And so I'm not going to tell you where I work, but where I do work, I am currently working with customer returns of things.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, they must have had a sale on some cooking devices. And one is called a sous vide device.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is?
No.
So it's a thing that it's like this tube.
Yeah.
That you can hook onto the inner side of a pot with water in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it intakes water and heats it to a certain temperature and spits it back out. Mm-hmm. So it gets a water at like a constant temperature.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get to boiling. You don't have to turn your oven on or anything. It just does it itself. And so it like cooks your meat to a very specific temperature.
Oh shit.
By just spitting water on it. And you don't put meat in the water. You put it in a bag.
Yeah.
And so you vacuum seal the bag with any herbs or spices you want in it.
Yeah.
And it cooks your meat to it can cook it to like a perfect medium.
God damn it.
And then you just take the meat out, let it sit for a minute, and then sear it in all the sides.
Yeah.
And you have a perfect medium steak that's seared that never lost any moisture.
Jesus.
And I found a video on the internet after I've been seeing those come in through my work of somebody using one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I fucking need one, obviously. And so I found one on eBay for $50, and it is now en route to my house at this point in time.
That is like, first of all, I love that. Second of all, that is the epitome of white privilege. That it's like, I need a machine that creates perfect steaks without me trying.
The best part is the one I have has Wi-Fi in it, so I can cook from my couch. So, yeah, throw off that white privilege. That's what I have coming to my house right now.
There you go.
I did not want any option that did not have Wi-Fi in it. So,
oh my god.
So normally these things run for like close to $200. I found on eBay for $50. Said buy it now. I'm not even gonna bid. It's coming to my house from Las Vegas right now. So let's see. I'm
just imagining like English orphans begging for porridge, and you're over here buying a $50 machine that
I'm cooking
cooks your steak perfectly while you sit on your couch being lazy fuck.
So the only caveat right, is that it does take, like, a long time for this to work, right? You need to, like, cook your steak for, like, 2 hours or something like that. But can you imagine the succulence?
And you don't even have to fucking leave your couch.
Right.
It's like 2 hours of doing jack shit.
I can't even wait for this thing to show up.
Oh my god.
I'm going to give it a test run, and if it works out good, I'm having a steak party is what I'm going to do.
Oh man, I'm first one here.
Great. Anyway, so that's all I've been into this last week, and possibly some of next week.
Most of next week.
Right. So if people want to talk about boiling steaks with you, where can they do that?
The milk steak me at Bucky for Everyone on Twitter, also Bucky for Everyone on Instagram, and hey, why not Bucky for Everyone on Snapchat also. Instagram and Snapchat.
Instagram and Snapchat. Great. You can find me at Troy the Max on Twitter. You can find us both at Review Pod on Twitter. All of our episodes are also uploaded onto Facebook and YouTube. And our host site, reviewpod.podbean.com.
Yes.
But they're also where all podcasts are sold as well. You can find us on such platforms as Google Play or Google Podcasts, what they're now called. We're on Stitcher, Spotify. What up, Spotify? Also, Apple Podcasts. If you listen to us on your Apple device, why don't you just give us a comment, rate, and review us there? Takes no time at all.
No time.
We'll read it on the show. And if you also like the show, that helps other people find it as well. If you want to send us in an email, you're more than welcome to do so on reviewpod@gmail.com.
Yes.
I keep looking to reverse engineer me and Chelsea's podcast to find out how to get us onto Alexa. Because I think that's about the only other platform we're not on.
You're trying to take over the world?
That's right. Because we can listen to us right now on my Google Home.
Oh, shit. So you can say the name of your podcast and it'll pop up on your Google?
Hey, Google. Play the latest episode of the Review podcast.
Oh, shit.
All right, playing the latest episode of About to Review, ATR number
No! Shut up!
Hey, Google. Stop. Well, that didn't work. But it is on there because it's happened.
Good.
I've done it.
Good.
It's on Google Podcasts, so it's gotta fucking work.
It has to fucking work.
Anyway, I'll get us onto Alexa, and that'll about be the only other platform I think we're not on, unless we want to be on iHeartRadio, which I don't know who listens to it on iHeartRadio.
And then we'll take over the world.
That's right, Pinky. We'll take over the world.
Brian!
Zeitz! Or whatever he says. Zonk! What does he fucking say? I'm at a loss for words.
You watch some more Animaniacs over here.
I need to get on that shit. But anyway, that's it for this show. Next week, we are paying tribute to Aretha Franklin.
For the one scene she's in The Blues Brothers.
But it is one of her more famous songs.
Yeah. And it's a pretty well-known scene from the movie, from what I've heard.
It's a great scene.
So there you go. Aretha Franklin, paying homage to you with a musical, The Blues Brothers.
That's right.
It's got to be musical enough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's music all throughout.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So there you go. Blues Brothers next week, ending our Singing Out the Summer, and then we're gonna jump right into Predatember.
That's right. So get up on your Predator films.
There you go. How much have you seen Predator 2 or? Have you seen the first Predator?
I've seen the first Predator a few times. I've never seen Predator 2.
I fucking love Predator 2.
The third week we're doing the new Predator.
The new Predator. Yep. Yeah.
What do you want to do that fourth week?
I think the fourth week we're gonna do the winner of the Tournament Random Movies.
Got it. There you go. That's what we got coming.
I don't want to do Predators. I was even talking. We're talking about having a special guest for all of Predatember, and I talked to him about Predators, and even he was like, "That movie fucking sucks."
See, I've never seen that either. So,
I mean, if you want to, sure, but I'm not.
All right.
A fan.
All right. Fair enough.
We'll figure it out. We'll get it put together. But there you go. So we got all the rest of August, the rest of September. We're good to Go, baby.
J2J, good to go.
Good to go.
So, up until next time where we are singing our last song of the summer, I've been Short of the Max Extreme.
I'm JD3K.
And we are off.
Going downtown.